Come on, Sean. Sean, let's go. Oh man. All right. I'm ready.
Morning, morning.
All right, listen up, listen up. Hey, pull out. Get up there. All right, it's game time, man. Game time. Tell you, get up there, what? Get up there. Salute, salute. Ah,
Yeah, man. Gotta get back to it. Make it emotional. It's gonna be a birthday. Slow, steady, easy. Ah, man, salute to the word. Salute to the word. Ah, mm. The old back boy. Yeah.
what that boy say? Your pay runs deep. Sheriff.
Never taking life. That's that pot and Tupac, man, and Tupac.
Don't make it happen. Don't make it happen.
Oh, damn. Ooh, really? More than I woke up feeling brand new. Just business audio, double check your audio. Right, right, all right. Hang time, man. Yeah, it's getting time. I fight bulls for frustration. I let that pass last night. It was last. Had good to go. I like to have a good night's sleep. Yeah. Cool. Last game time, let's go. Sean. 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 Hey. Okay. Shut down. Okay. Down. Right here. Okay. Sean. Over here. Over there. Say, hey, what's happening, bro? What's happening? See your birthday today, man. I'm going, I got a little, fight through a couple of issues, you know. But it's all good, bro. Ah, ah, yeah. Um, yeah, yeah, man. I got a compressed fraction. My lower back. So I ain't even supposed to be doing none of this. Ah, I'm not supposed to be doing none of it. I played around yesterday. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got a car accident, bro. Got a car accident. Uh, got banged up. But out of everything, the only thing that's really sticking with me right now, ah, more than anything else, is my lower back there. Ah, so I got a compressed fracture. Yeah, I already had. Supposed this, I got pinched nerve, but since I got these muscle relaxers, uh, I've been able to, get motion going. And my main thing is, if I can do it, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, bro. Hey, John. Uh, so I already did surgery for prior to, and so this is the icing on the cake. But they say you can live with it. What the doctor told me was, because I didn't want to do surgery. The last thing I'm trying to do is surgery. So the doctor told me, he said, people live with it. He said, but you have to, you're just gonna have to live with it until the pain is unbearable and you're gonna have to get surgery. Yeah. Oh yeah, me too, bro. Me too. I'm very, very thankful, blessed that I came out the way that I came out. You know. But that told me pretty much the same thing with my knee. Anything else go wrong with my knee, it's a knee replacement. Yeah, anything else go wrong with my knee, it's a knee replacement. Like I need one now. I need a knee replacement right now. But I would rather not go into any night. I have any kind of surgery, you know, unless I have no other choice, you know. Man, yeah, but I told him, hey, Steve, you can check us out. I told this story before. This is one thing that's for certain about me, and I know my back. Come on here, Sean. You wouldn't wait. Move. Sean, come. Yeah, I know my body, and I have a very I have a very high pain tolerance, but you know, yeah, I got a very high pain tolerance, and but that doesn't mean that I knew how to go about doing things. Because I used to sincerely go by the doctor. Yeah, I feel that. I feel it. Right there, man. That's what it said. I would listen to the doctor, rest up, so on and so forth, and this and this and this and that. Like I don't agree with it totally, you know. Yeah. Nah, I'm gonna deal with the pain until I can. Now, mind you, there is a glimmer of light with this because I've been doing my research for a minute on it, and it's people who have corrected it without surgery, but it takes a lot of work, persistence, and everything like that. It's a thing that as we get older, our bodies, we get shorter. Our bodies start to compress, and our bodies start to compress. And even if you wake up in the morning, you're taller than what you are in the evening, especially if you're on your feet all day. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, definitely. That's what I'm getting to. That's what I'm getting to, John. Like, you're on your feet all day, so your body compresses as the day goes on. So whatever your height is in the morning, you're not that in the evening. Now you tally on years and years of living, you might have been 6'1", your 20s and 30s and 40s, and you 6 foot in your 50s. So what I found out is we can get taller until we die. We can get taller until we die. I didn't know that. And I started doing my research since I've had these bones and discs in my back. But yeah, today gonna be. I told you I'll roll around this bad boy before I don't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And but how you grow as you get older is it stretches. It's the stretches that we do. You know, and if you think I'm joking, and the only reason I'm saying this is because I have to do my research on it because this is an issue that I have to live with. You know what I'm saying? I have to live with it, so it's important to me. So I've been doing my research for a minute, and yeah, it's a stretching. It's certain stretches, and anybody that's having these lower back issues, even if you're short and you wanted to grow, watch. I know you want to take me, Michelle. I know you want to know me to take me, but not right now. Don't worry. But even if you're short, you like let's say you 5'2". Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. And yeah, big facts. So the main thing is not to stop. Because that's when the body start getting tight, stiff. And I don't know, it ain't the same. But man, I'm talking all over the place. Oh yeah, my bag all popping. But yeah, man. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? No chronic pain. That's what's up. This is what I know. And I was supposed to know this before. This is sad. I gotta do this shit in real time. You know what I'm saying? Life be life. But your body heals automatically. Your body starts to heal automatically. If you can continue to go through the motion, I encourage you to go through the motion. But I say that with a grain of salt because I'm not a doctor and I'm not you and I or whoever is out there. And I'm not talking to you know, I can't tell you how you feel and what your body is capable of under injury duress. But I can say this. Your body is healing from the time you get injured. So if you don't do anything, nobody's gonna heal in that direction. If you broke a bone and you know they had to replace it, place it back in place, they have to place it back in place. If they don't, it's gonna grow or stay growing wrong. Meaning the body is gonna heal irregardless. Your body is gonna heal irregardless. I need to be able to continue the motion. I don't want my body to heal the wrong way. When you go to physical therapy, they're gonna have your body moving, doing motions, trying to recover. Building. Main thing with therapy is not your joints, it's the muscles around them. So the only blessing that I have is I work my core every day. I work my core every single day. And I'm gonna stress it because you beat it better your body in practice and in the dark, so you don't bleed during the war. My homeboy who got in a work accident and he paralyzed, he said, and I quote, he said, the doctor said, if I didn't have the health that I had when I had this accident, he's paralyzed. He said, the doctor said I didn't have a chance to make it. He said I didn't have a chance to make it. You know, these things matter, you know. What am I doing? I'm working on my boxer cut by doing these right here. May look funny to you, but I'm working on my boxer cut. You know what a boxer cut is? That's the section right here. You know how you get the outline on your obliques? That's what these do right here. You know, everybody's struggling with the mid to lower abs. That's what these do. But if I didn't work my core every day, I probably wouldn't be able to do this right now. It's a muscle that I have issues with on top of the, you know, the compressed fracture. So I had to take a couple days off, start stretching. See, this is where the issue coming in a little bit. And start stretching to try to make sure I had motion. Because if I got motion, I don't care how much pain I am in. If I know it's not increasing injury, I'm going through this pain. I'm just saying, I'm going through the pain. Like this ab routine today don't even count. It don't count. Because I'm not even applying the crunch like the you know, tightening up myself, you know, as I go through it. I just want to get through it, you know, make sure that my body can continue to go through the motion. I do what I can, and what I can't, I don't do. Like this is the first day I'm attempting to go through my full ab routine. And as you see, I'm just BSing, stopping midsection. I mean, do it, start over, whatever you want to call it. Your body starts to heal. Starts to heal immediately. That's what I was going to say. So, man, oh yeah, take my time, take it easy. Yep. That I have no issue with. Take it easy. what I have an issue with, not doing nothing. Not doing nothing, you know? And if you use to challenging yourself on a regular basis, this is just this is part of your process. Which is part of your process. The exercise is easy that I'm doing. It's the sharp pain. It's the pain that I'm dealing with. But you know, well, David, yeah, it's a new challenge. It's a new challenge. And I want to stress this, and I understand. These are two different scenarios. And the dire need to survive and have people depending on you for survival is completely different than just trying to get through an injury. But if you look at combat and military servicemen that are active duty, highly involved in the front line activities, and they get injured, the ones that, see, I can't even grip this because of my back. I can't even, like, you know, as we, but they you'd be surprised at how many people get shot, blown up, twisted ankles, serious injuries, and they find their way back as soon as possible. It's not the fact of you being injured. It's not the fact of the setback. It's not the fact of any of that. None of that has to do with why people can come back from injuries the way that they do and stay with it. It's the will and the mindset. It's the will and the mindset. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. That's why I say, man, I have so much respect for the military servicemen, especially all of them, but especially the ones that get to it, the ones that deliver the service. You know what I'm saying? Because if you listen to them, you pay attention, you'll learn a lot. And it's not, like I say, man, it's never, for me, it has never been about the action. It's never been, I mean, don't get it twisted. I mean, ultimately, that's what everybody is there for, you know, to make whatever mission happen. If you're a boxer and you know, the mission is to what you call it, to win the fight. But for me, you know, out of the whole transition of going from the pre to the fight to post fight, is all about the pre-fight and the post fight, and not the fight itself for me. Because when you look at boxers, MMA fighters on a professional level, the majority of their injuries, the majority of you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the majority of their injuries, the majority of Sean, you a bad influence. Shoot, I got my timer on wrong. I gotta start over. The majority of their injuries, the head trauma, all of this stuff. My father used to coach boxing for the military, you know, when damn near before I was born, like, and all that, and just conversations and whatnot. I've never, and no, I'm not no boxer, never boxed. But oh man, gotta charge it. But what I'm about to say, hold on, let me put this charge on here. There we go. Most of the injuries that happen usually occur in the build-up to the fight because you busting your chops to prepare. You going above and beyond, and the scenarios and the circumstances are different. Some people might be behind on their training or overweight or whatever, and they spend the majority of their time trying to get in shape versus the what you call it, the work. But the majority of the injuries come from sparring, extra hard, getting ready for the, get ready for the match and all. And a lot of times when you see those championship fights, one or both parties walking to that ring or to the octagon are not 100%. When you see these military servicemen, they go into service, that are on the front line, they work, they putting in the work or whatever the case may be. The buildup, they might not be going in 100%. They get some of the worst injuries you could possibly think of. And yet they find a way to get back to the front line, to the people, whatever the case may be. This isn't everybody, but I'm saying these things occur. Your mind, your mind is, the crazy thing that gets you past everything. And you say, firefighter fractions, right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. And, you can say, or you can, in your mind, try to depend on, get out of my face, boy, depend on adrenaline, to carry you the way and the whole nine. But I know this for a fact. The mind is a crazy, insane, amazing thing. It's amazing. And if you say you can, you can. If you can't, you say you can't, you can't. If you say you can't, you can't. So when you look at people like Adrian Peterson, 3 knee surgeries, still how? You know what I'm saying? How? A lot of things are a mindset. And I'm not saying that genetics don't play a part in somebody like Adrian Peterson as far as the body healing. Because the body, certain things, once it's broke, it's broke. You only have 2 sets of eyes. One pair of eyes, not 2 sets. Well, I wish. I got 4 eyes. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, you only get 1 pair of certain things, man. So, all right, now y'all tripping. Get up here. Sundu, Michelle, get up there. Go. Yeah. So, taking care of yourself and learning. Yeah, and that's big facts, John. Big facts. But that's why I say I study those type of folks, you know, special forces, combative sports, uh, brutal sports. And it's not about the action. And I keep stressing this, for me, it's not about the action. Don't get it twisted. The action involved, like the fight, all of that, it's only a short time. Like I'm talking about, like, that's why it doesn't hit the same for me. When you were to watch a boxing match, a UFC match, or whatever the case may be, trying to do some burpees, man. I gotta take my time with them because very dangerous for your back. It'd be dangerous because nobody on the league water stuff. But if you watch, any of those combative sports, even football, hockey, and all of that, if you watch these things, right? The game, the fight, it's only for X amount of time, an hour. Football, hockey, it could go extend a little longer than that. Boxing has X amount of rounds. UFC, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, you know what I'm saying? The whole 9, depending on what league you fighting for, and all this other stuff, man. But it's only a short amount of time. But the build up, what did you have to do to prepare for that? You see what I'm saying? That's the thing that I like to study, the pool, the mindset, the whole deal. Because when we see these things, when you see that person grab that ball and they shining on the football field, they giving them hard hits, and you see like the champion, or you see your Floyd Mayweather, your Mike Tyson, whoever, Conor McGregor, Tyrone Woodley. Shout out to Tyrone Woodley. I know that boy, yes. But we see them win. You'll see them win. You'll see them lose. You'll see all of these things. Yeah. Sean Cricket with the busted shoulder. You see what I'm saying? With they busted shoulder. But you see these folks, and you see them in their shine. You see them in they shine, right? But you don't see the first time they picked up the football, the first time they picked up the gloves, the first time they decided, hey, I'm going to do this in the military. This is what I'm going to do. We only see the glorification or the failures, life and death. That's what we see. But you don't see the pre and the post. That's where the magic happens. That's where the real fight happens. That's where you really fighting demons. That's where you really fighting. That's where the battle is. It's not that is just a display of what you have built yourself up to. The action, the fight, the whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see the infantry, special forces, and you see them in action, they moving the way that they moving, and they doing what they doing, and they taking hits, so they, whatever the case may be. You don't see the basic training. You don't see boot camp. You don't see all the workup. You don't see you know what I'm saying? You don't see the injuries that come along with mixed martial arts or boxing. Majority of top boxers have broken their hand at some point in time. Some of them have done it within a match. within a match. You know, once you gone to a certain extent within the fight, no matter what the fight is, that adrenaline, that pump that you had has gone. It's gone. You know what I'm saying? It's gone. Now you fighting on something else. You depending on something else. And then, I don't know, you break your hand. You break your hand. You know what I'm saying? You can't depend on the adrenaline. Have you mentally prepared yourself for this? Have you mentally prepared yourself for this? The tongue is a powerful thing. The tongue is a powerful thing. You speaking, it comes to pass, without a doubt. I've had my homeboys say so much stuff. Yep. Yeah. I've had homeboys, even me, including me, and associates and all, say things, and then those things come to pass. You know, they come to pass. I wish somebody would. Man, if somebody did this, you know what I'm saying? And it happens. You think you the biggest, baddest in the room, and you act like you. Somebody gonna check you. Somebody gonna see about that. Somebody's gonna test you. You understand? But it's the same thing with the tongue. So all of the bad things that we speak on each other, to ourselves, or wish on ourselves unconsciously. Unconsciously, they come to pass. They can't come to pass. You know what I'm saying? So speaking the good things, you always heard me say, I don't care what it is, as long as God gives me the strength to put both of my feet on the ground, open my eyes, no matter the injury, if I have to roll around, I will roll around. You got me twisted. You know what I'm saying? Yep. It can dig your own grave, or it can put you in a whole nother position. So I try to stress this, and this is the reason why I say, hey, if it's okay to be a follower, it's okay to be it's okay to know that you're weak-minded, or you're weak, or your intentions are weak, or your direction is weak. That's a superpower to know these things. The next thing is, it's okay, because, like I say, the tongue is a powerful thing, and the whole nine. If you don't have the strength, mentally, physically, even spiritually, all of that, if you can get around the right people or the right direction, you can gain everything that you're missing. And when I say, hey, the tongue is a powerful thing in the whole nine, sometimes it's not the people we need to be around to get that, to fix that weakness, or to strengthen our weakness. Sometimes you just need to pick up the right books and start looking in the right direction, because I can't stress this enough. Sleeping giant. Y'all are sleeping giant. We are sleeping giant. When you understand, yes, I have a weak mind. Yes, My discipline is weak. My consistency is weak. Everything that I'm doing is not up to par, right? But you're thinking that I don't have it. It's been in you the whole time. It's been your thought process. It's been your thought process. I can't stress that enough. The sleeping giant. So, with that being said, you don't need to follow. You don't have to necessarily follow people or whatever. Have to straighten. Find a thing that strengthens your mind. And it might be sitting alone, reading books that benefit you and your progress to build your mind, not necessarily your body. Everything follows after that because the tongue is a powerful thing. So, if you fall down and you can look up, you got to tell yourself, man, I got to get up. I have to get up. Don't have the strength. You don't have whatever. Your body is, your mind is telling your body, you can think yourself into cancer. If you believe it, you can achieve it. This is nothing I'm making up. So, back hurting. I'm having a lot of pain. But I've been here before. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? And the one thing that I know that makes me get up and go under these circumstances is it's not going anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. If there was a chance for me to sit still and it would heal 100%, I would do it. I would do it. But you got to understand, certain things and certain injuries you have to deal with. It won't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Yes, not the first rodeo. Not the first rodeo. You know? But it's a lot of things that I have learned along the way. You know, I'll go back into the story again that I've had. And speaking of, I told y'all, like, you know, I'm going to say this again. I never promote violence or nothing like that. But like I told you, you run off adrenaline, run out and whatever, and then you have an injury and you still got to go. I broke my finger. I got 6 screws in my finger right here, right now. If I go through a metal detector, anything go off. No BS. You wave the wand over my hand and go off. Riddle Andy. But guy broke my car at the gym. I'm not in the streets, running the street. This ain't no gangster stuff, you understand? A guy broke in my car. I didn't see the guy in my car. I leave the gym. I'm exhausted. I done went hard in the gym. And then I sat in the sauna for an hour. So I drank a gallon of water while I was in the sauna. I come out drained, looking like a race, exhausted, and walk up to my car, and now I'm in a fight for my life. At least that's the way I put it, you know. And in the process, you know, I gave him the business until the laws came. But as soon as I got active, because I promise you, if I had saw him in my car, I wouldn't have walked up on my car. I'm not, you understand? Like, but I opened my door, we, you know, and going at it. As soon as we get at it, I break my finger on this thing because, you know, we in an enclosed tank. And like I say, the law ain't get there for like 10 minutes. So I still gotta go. I still gotta go. I'm fixing my finger and, you know, man, like it's all like my shit was anyway. So I'm saying all this to say this. Yeah, yep, it does, bro. It does. Arthritis is a proof. That's why I was talking about that bone broth, man. That bone broth is man. That bone broth is vital. Actually, today is a fasting day for me. I don't fast that often like this. When I say fast, I mean no food today, as far as this fast. But I'll be just drinking my regular smoothie and bone broth all day. These are things that help your body recoup and recover and repair itself, especially the cartilage between the joints. And what I have is a spinal injury. So there's nothing to play with, but it's something to stay on top of. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I wasn't saying that to talk about the actual situation at the gym. I was saying that to talk about the injury because I had to go in for immediate surgery. This is just a finger, little old finger, not arm or nothing. It's broke, like both broke. You know what I'm saying? Hey, believe it or not, Steve, this situation with my finger, it happened on New Year's Eve. You talking about messed up going into the New Year's? Depression set in immediately. Immediately. You know what I'm saying? But so off of this finger being broken and putting screws in my finger, the doctor told me no working out for 3 to 6 months. He said, definitely 6 months. I mean, definitely 3 months, but depending on, whatever. I already knew what it was, but so in my mind, I'm like, I'm just gonna give it a couple of days and I'll just go through the motion. And if I just have to do dips and pull-ups, I just put the bar like this, with my finger, up. And I would try that and wouldn't feel right. And then I would try, and like it was all bad. And at this point in time, any kind of pressure, you could feel the grinding of it was still pop. Like, I don't know. It's something crazy when you feel your bones grinding against each other, but it's not a joint. It's weird feeling. But so I went to the gym a couple of times and I couldn't, first of all, I couldn't get over the fact that I couldn't do my regular routine. And as you can see, like, it was a little different. My routine was just a little different than what I got going on right now. But I was locked in. And I wasn't in the best shape of my life. But when you got the ball rolling and like you on your way, you can feel it like everything going. You just started like just now. Like I'm supposed to be going hard right now. Today, I said I was going to be going roller for the next 3 weeks, and then I hit this brick wall. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like just like I'm firing on all cylinders, feeling good, getting ready to go hard, and you hit that brick wall. So that's where I was. That's where I was at with it. And I would go to the gym, and the workouts would just be dull, bland. I couldn't figure out what to do and how to do it because mentally I wasn't there. It was more mental than anything. I knew the things that I could do, but I was discouraged, depressed, not knowing if I'd be able to, because man, my body's been riddled with injuries. Fractured this wrist twice, been in a few accidents where I lost pretty much the shock proof of my wrist. So if you notice me doing my push-ups on my knuckles, I do them because if I do them flat like this, that grinding that I was talking about, it can happen at any given time. And in the process of me going personal, I had to stop and like, you know, I don't know, find a way to get through it. If I do that, then it stops my workout. You know, so talking about will and the mindset, my homeboy, just like me, got had injuries to his hand from whatever activity, and this is back in the day, and messed up wrists. And when we would work out, he would always do his push-ups on his knuckles. And I would ask him why. It was the same reason. So you want to, you can find a way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, you can find a way, right? You can find a way. See, because I can't do them like this. I can. Like, see, I can do, it's been so long, I can do push-ups like this, right? But if I go down and do them, this is good this time. But the next time I go down, it might be all bad. So how can I keep it consistent, So I had to find a different way to do the push-ups. Now, during my injury, I was so discouraged about, because I couldn't do what I was wanting to do. So workouts became bland. One thing led to another. Next thing you know, I'm replacing the workouts with junk food, and I'll tell you, just depression. I can't do anything. I'm at this point in time, I'm in school to be a barber. This is to be a barber. I was going to barber school. So I just got locked in school and locked in depression school because I couldn't physically do, what I usually do. Now I go through that whole process. In that process, I gained about 60 pounds. Right? The thing that really hit me hard was, my circle would always talk noise about how to get in shape and who's this and such and so forth. And you know what it's like to say, hey, talk that talk when you're out of shape and everything. And the whole deal is, it's not that serious. It's just, it really isn't. It's not. It's just, it means something to me, per se. It's really not that serious, but like it hits hard. Like if I'm watching, the movies and stuff like that, and then you got the scene where the guy takes his shirt off, and then all the girls be like such and such and so forth. Did you see such and such and blah? Oh, and I be thinking like, and I'm out of shape. It bothers me. Not that they giving him attention. The fact that, like, man, I look better than that when I'm in shape. You know what I'm saying? And I be feeling like, you got to do better. You got to do better, bro. You know what I'm saying? So having conversations about exercise and being in physical shape, not tip-top shape, but just in decent shape. And me not being in shape and talking about it can send me into a depression because I know better. I know where I'm supposed to be and where I could be. Message. How many of y'all know where y'all should be and could be and aren't? Does it bother you, or have you accepted your situation? And see, every time these things happen, and I'm just saying that because that's something that I'm into. So if I'm not there, it bothers me. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Yeah, man. They are, bro. They are. And there's ways to strengthen them, but look, a little too late. to prevent the injuries that's already happened. Yes, straight up. But hey John, with all that being said, that's why I say, the majority of our injuries that last for the lifetime, we usually get in our teens and 20s. You know what I'm saying? When we're very active, running around, we can do it all. And we do motions that we shouldn't do. And those injuries stick with us forever. And that's why I try to do what I do here so I can show folks it's a different way. And I just hope and pray that a youngster in that age group that I just spoke of considers something different than the regular pissing contest and doctrine that's out there now, how much you can bench, squat, and so on and so forth. When ultimately the goal is to be in the bed to be in decent shape. If you're not competing and you don't need that strength, like you're not physically using it, you're breaking your body down. You're breaking your body down. And to each his own, But if you're not using, if you're not moving houses, if your job ain't to be hauling around, tossing around 50 pounds, 100 pounds, and so on and so forth on a regular basis, whether it's your hobby or, whatever, or your job, or your way of living, some of the movements that we do are unnecessary for the long haul. And I don't want to get too far off subject because I was talking about my finger. Hey, I'm getting better. My ADD. Hey, man, I'm working on. Hey, but anyway, so back to the thing. So I can't do anything, and depression sets in. I gain weight and the whole nine. Now I have to build myself back uphill. When I do start to come back around, because the whole time I'm going through this situation, the people around me they wasn't working out prior to, but they work out. And they started getting in their bag and going through the motion and because you're a product of your surroundings. Like I say, man, being honest with yourself. Sometimes when you don't have the will, sometimes you need to be around people with it. And I'm not talking about this situation right here, but when you have a circle or you're around folks that are attempting, doesn't mean that they're doing it the right way or whatever, attempting to do something to better themselves, then you and everybody within that circle are held to a certain accountability. And it doesn't have to be within the other parties within the circle, but the movement within the circle will make you feel that you have to step up to the bar. So I like to say that. That's why I always say, hey, if you don't have the momentum, the motivation, the inspiration, the discipline, and the consistency, come here. Come over here. Just tune in. Because you become a product of your surroundings. You become a product of your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? Period. So if you can look around you right now and everybody around you in your circle ain't going nowhere, they holding each other back or whatever the case may be, that's your future. You know what I'm saying? You can say whatever you want to. You can deny and say how mentally strong and how good. That's you all probably your surroundings. Unconscious. Unconscious. Straight up. This ain't no whatever you want to call it. But so back to the finger. Yeah, hey, Paul, what's happening? Back to the finger. So I can't do anything. Or at least I put it on my mind. The will was gone. The hunt was gone. The want to keep going was gone because something got taken away from me and I can't get it back. At least that's what my vision is, right? So now, time goes on, and I eventually stop boo-hooing and pouting like a little bitch, and I got myself together, right? So I ain't need to test, man. Excuse me, my French. But then on the way of me finding my way and coming back and getting myself together, I told you I take about vulnerability. You know what I'm saying? And getting myself together, there's this social media influencer who does the calisthenics. His name is Limit Breaker. Now I follow as many as I possibly can. Anybody come across my feed and they doing something I can learn from, or we're doing the same thing, or I can get motivation or advice, whatever. I always do that. Now, Limit Breaker had a similar injury to me. A similar injury as mine. His was from a car accident. His recovery time was similar to mine. And this is what I say about, first of all, sometimes you need to see it with your own eyes to know that either you're making a mistake, you're doing the right thing, or it can be done. Or in my case, you're acting like a little bitch. You know what I'm saying? So Limit Breaker had the, you know what I'm saying, the cast and everything. And he would do routines similar to mine. And to be honest, I believe that he goes harder than I do. You know what I'm saying? And the variations that he does, or he does more than I do as far as variations or whatnot. Now, in this process of him having that injury where he couldn't do anything up about it, you know what he did? And he does calisthenics. He doesn't lift weights. I mean, he every blue moon, whatever, but he would do 500 to 1,000 squats every day, jump squats, the whole time, until he got the calf released. Every day, till he got the calf, taken off his hand. Every day. And it made me feel like, Big A, you missed out on the opportunity to be great. This is before the cameras. This has nothing to do with the cameras. This has nothing to do with showcasing or trying to prove anything to anybody else but myself. You missed the opportunity to be great. You missed the opportunity that was laid before you, and you started to find a place of comfort and you know what I'm saying? These are the things that I talk about. This is why I'm beating bad at yourself, practicing in the dark. So you don't bleed during the war. Okay. So it hurt. Like it hit me hard. You know what I'm saying? And I've said this, and this is a quote that I lean on. Lean on. Machiavelli, Niccolò Machiavelli, not Tupac, the real Machiavelli. The real Machiavelli. You know what I'm saying? He wrote a book called The Prince. If you haven't read that book, I suggest y'all look into it. And you know how I feel about audio books and reading, but if this is one that if you want to get an audio book and fly through it, please do it. Now, if you get this book, The Prince, you're probably going to want to get it with commentaries so he can explain certain things, because he speaks of fortune as a woman. And, you know, he has certain terminologies that have words that have different meanings, and having it broken down and explained to make a lot of sense or make it make sense. But this is one of those quotes. Colio, and the quote is, you know, basically it's saying the only way for you to become great is for an obstacle to be in your way. Now, I want you to think about it, because I'm going to tell you the quote, but I want you to think about it. Tell me one time you came better than what you were, and you didn't have an obstacle in front of you. You didn't have to take that test at school that you had to go ahead and study for. You didn't have, I don't know, cancer to overcome. You didn't have, I don't know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, he also said, the bigger the challenge, the bigger the chance for you to become great. The bigger the chance for you to become great. Derrick Rose. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Peterson. You know what I'm saying? Muhammad Ali. You know? Tom Brady. Knee injury. You know? Man, Floyd Mayweather. Broke hand. You know? Floyd, and I'm not saying Floyd had like you know what I'm saying? Had power, but he had a little something before he broke his hand. And switch it up. Obstacles in our life, these are all injuries I was talking about. But any kind of obstacle laid before you is a challenge for you to become great. And I felt like in that situation, through that injury, I was a little bitch. Especially after seeing Lemon Breaker with a similar injury, with a similar time to recover and recoup as I did. And his mindset was on moving forward and not staying stagnant or feeling bad about the situation you in. And that taught me, even though I already knew it, sometimes you know these things already. You just need to get slapped in the face with it. Oh yeah, the Machiavelli quote. Without a doubt, princes become great when they overcome difficulties and hurdles put in one's path. When fortune wants to advance a new prince, she creates enemies for him, making them launch campaigns against him, so he is compelled to overcome the ladder that they have brought him so he can climb higher. I done messed the quote up. On higher on the ladder that they have brought him. Some believe he must fan some enemy and increase in extent. I just butchered that quote. You gotta forgive me. Gotta forgive me. But that's the quote, though. That's the quote. Anything that you want, whether it's a person that gets in your way, whether it's a job, whether it's a physical test. A challenge for me was when I had to go get my Class B CDLs, and to me it wasn't enough, but I had to transition and go get my Class A. And they cram you in these classes and they try to make you learn so much in such a short amount of time that it's stressful. You know they don't care about you. You know you another number. You gotta get to it's crunch time. I gotta rise to the occasion. Above and beyond. You know what I'm saying? Would I ever be doing that? Or having to rise to that occasion if I wasn't taking that test? So that whole time, he was doing jump squats, body squats, lunges, jump lunges, all of that. And I was sitting there, I was sitting there eating junk food, watching TV series, boo-hooing. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Two similar scenarios, two different mindsets, promoting two different outcomes. You understand? So, with that being said, first of all, when you don't have it, you don't have the strength, you don't have the will, you don't have any of it. The first thing that you got to do, even before you decide to try to put yourself around certain people or take yourself out of certain situations, you got to speak. Because the tongue is a powerful thing. The tongue is a powerful thing. You know? Not only can you speak negative, you can speak the positive into your life. So when you down, struggling, and the odds are against you, all you feel is pain. All you feel is pain. The tongue is a powerful thing. Because if you can tell yourself, hey, get up, fool. Get up. Your body starts to move in that motion. Your body starts to move in that motion. You know what I'm saying? You can think your body into healing properly or healing faster. You can think your body into healing faster. You can speak your body into healing faster. It's the mindset. It's the mindset. It is a mindset. If you say you can, you can. You say you can't, well, damn it, you can't. You understand? It's that simple. It just is what it is, man. You know? Yep, that's right. Salute, John. That's the truth. That is the truth. So, going a little to the left off subject, but still on subject. Speaking like that is why when we start to speak things over ourselves and things start to happen, you can't be wondering why. You can't be wondering why, because it started with your thought. Then it became your speech. Then the universe responded. And now you're reacting, not acting, reacting. But we asked for it. We asked for it. Look, if you're running fast as you can, and I'm not, if you want to try this experiment out, try it. I want you to run as fast as you can with your head down, straight down. I'm not talking about looking like this. I'm talking about directly down on the ground and watch where your body goes. I'm talking about sprint. I'm talking about like a 200-meter sprint. Watch where your body goes. Watch where your body goes. Now, if you were to do the same motion, you would look straight or at an angle with your eyes focused straight. Where are you going? Of course, you always gotta look where you're going. But the head leads the momentum. The head leads your momentum. Message. If your head leads your momentum, if you're running full speed, looking 100% down, the chances of you falling flat on your face is dumb high. Dumb high. So where's your headspace at? Where's your headspace at? I keep trying to tell you. Everybody want to be negative and all this other stuff. I'm positive Pete. I'm positive Pete. You understand? It's tough being positive. It's hard, man. You know what I'm saying? Ah, man. But straight up, the headspace, the will, the mindset, what's going to separate us? That's what's going to tweak the, if you fly a plane or a jet and you have a destination that's in a straight line from you, if you 1 degree off, depending on the distance that you have to go, by the time you get to where you're supposed to go, you're on the other side of the earth. Being 1 degree off, having doubt in your mind, hesitate, having pause, thinking about it. Maybe I should chill. Maybe I should rest. Maybe it ain't for me. Maybe I should, you know what I'm saying? Yes, it does. But when you do on a regular basis, it becomes you. So if we work at being negative, then being negative becomes easy. Ooh, I feel that. Being negative becomes easy. You know what I'm saying? And if you anything like me, it's gonna take a lot to be positive until it becomes easy to be positive. It's all a momentum thing. You know what I'm saying? It's all a momentum thing. And working consistently is the thing that makes us go. It's not a cure for depression, although it can fix momentum, drive, not staying still.
not staying still.
You understand? For those who need to hear it, I'm just saying, man, because I know y'all be like, is this what the person? This, man, I'm saying a lot of this stuff, man. Look around. Look around. No, you're not responsible for everybody and so on and so forth, man. But then this mental issue stuff is getting folks killed on a regular basis behind some wild stuff. Wow. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me these kids ain't acting a damn fool. And when I say kids, I mean 25, 26 and under. Crazy. No guidance, no nothing. Yeah, they ain't listening to no, they learning from each other. The blind lead the blind. You know what I'm saying? We say fools and flies, you know? But nah, man, we sit around and we won't admit that we part of the problem or we stuck in a rut or anything because we sprinting with our head down. We sprinting with our head down. You know, those things, they matter. They matter. The small things that you want to discard as not important are the most important thing. The most important things that you can do. The tongue. The things that you speak. So simple. So simple. The hardest thing about the tongue is holding it. The hardest thing about the tongue is holding it. I'm gonna let that sit for a second. I'm gonna let that sit for a second. That's strength. That's strength. The tongue can be a sword. The tongue can be a sword, right? How many of y'all are real warriors in the garden? Because a lot of people run with that tongue regardless in the war. Because a real warrior, let me stop with that, but I'm gonna say this. Look, becoming a monster, like what's the doctor that said that count, whatever his name is, becoming a monster and learning to control it is what we all need to do. The last part, control it. If the tongue is a sword, the power is knowing how to use that sword, but keeping it sheathed. How many of y'all can hold your tongue? You see, that's the realness. Now we're getting real. You understand? Just saying. So it's your headspace, your will, the will to get up and go. When your body is telling you don't, when your body is telling you no, because your body look, listen, man. Your body is stronger than what we give it, respect to be. I don't care what shape you're in. It's strong. It's your mind that goes first. Your headspace. You ever notice the power of somebody who's drowning in it, no matter what it is? Women are supreme with it because they are 100% emotion. So whatever emotion a woman is feeling from genetics, she can drown you in it with her happiness, her love, her sorrow, her anger, whatever. It'll drive you up the damn wall. You understand? But energy is so strong because it's a mindset thing. It's a head space in. It's a determination. It's a
So whatever you trying to do, you have to speak it first. And before you speak it, you got to think it. You got to plant that seed. You got to plant that seed. You got to plant that seed. You can fall short every single day. Every single day. Every day you say, I'm going to get up at such and such time, and you don't. You don't. But every day you say, hey, I'm about to get up at, I don't know, let's say you say I'm going to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You usually get up at 6:30. You say, I'm going to start getting up at 5. And for a whole 6 months, you waking up at 5:45, 6:10, whatever. But every single day, you telling yourself, and you speaking it out loud, I'm going to do such and such. The chances of you doing that are way higher than you not speaking. Even in your failure. So what are we going to waste our time and our voice? Because it takes energy to speak. How are you speaking? What are you speaking over yourself? What are you speaking over yourself? Huh? Are you wishing ill on yourself? Are you wishing somebody would? Are you wishing somebody would try you? Are you twirling your fingers sitting around like, I got so much problems in my life. How can I make more? By speaking it. By speaking it. If you always in the drama and your whole circle or the things everywhere that you look at, you're looking for entertainment in the drama, you are a product of your surroundings. It bleeds into your personal life. That's entertaining to you. If the negativity becomes that spot of comfort, of release, you the villain. You have become the villain in your own story. You have become the villain in your own story. See, it's hard to have the focus, to focus on self and know that, hey, if you look around and you know, no matter what the conversation is, no matter what the topic is, the gist of it is negative. The gist of it is negative. And it becomes entertaining. Social media, movies, all of that. Hell, the news, world. I'm talking about like, it's a soap opera. It's a soap opera, right? What is your headspace in all of this? Because if you're not conscious of the things that we feed ourselves, mentally, physically, spiritually, and all of that, it regurgitates and it plants seeds, and the next thing you know, we speak. We speak, right? So some of us are so locked in on a negative direction and energy that they don't realize that they're taking away from themselves. Like, if you were to spend 1 week denying any kind of violent talk, any kind of whatever, and only sincerely blocked out everything, all of the fads. This is a challenge for anybody that wants to take on this fast challenge. And I'm not talking about food either when I'm talking about this fast. The fast is this. You can't put your phone down, put it down for you. You can't put your phone down, no social media for a week. If that's not the case for you, but you always find yourself surfing and catching these, violent action that becomes entertaining, who got knocked out, who got shot, who got this, the normal T, replace that with something that is 1,000% beneficial. Replace it with something that's for 1 week, 7 days, 7 full days. Just replace it with something that is beneficial. If you were somebody that would, I don't know, be watching, let me see, think of what's this? Not Breakfast Club, Clubhouse. If you were somebody to watch something like Clubhouse, replace Clubhouse, I don't know, with a financial podcast, or replace it with something beneficial, a DIY, something that, that benefits you versus taken away from you. Because I can tell you this, the entertainment that we choose becomes us. It becomes us. I know we need a release. I know you need this, and we all have certain things, and we have trained ourselves, our mind, body, to like certain things. You like what you like, but certain things we have trained our mind and trained our body to focus on. Like I say, if you running like this, where are you going? Where are you going? Huh? So ultimately, having the will to go against all odds, against the crowd, against the negativity, and know that it's a mindset thing first. Then the tongue. Then your tongue. Because for me, during my finger injury, I would I'm like mentally, I'm thinking like, man, I'm done. I'm out of there. I'm out of there. I don't even know if I would be able to do push-ups on my knuckles. Now, I don't even know what I'm negative. You know what I'm saying? Versus negative, And that's where your body goes. That's where your mind goes. That's where your soul goes. I grew up like, I grew up a screw head, a hip hop head, a screw head, and the whole nine. Zero. Well, when I was really jamming rap music hard and all that, that's one of those of my favorite artists. If anybody is a Zero fan, and the old school Zero fan, you listen to too much Zero, you're gonna be depressed. Creates a mindset. Things we feed ourselves. Hey, you discipline, y'all need discipline. Hey, we gotta motivate each other. And with a name like that, that's a hard name. That's a name you gotta live up to, bro. Salute. You know what I'm saying? Salute. Much love, man. That's the whole goal, man. That's the whole goal. But ultimately, it's our mindset, bro. It's our mindset, man. And that's why I say, like, a lot of us can't admit it to ourselves. Our weakness is we won't admit that we are a follower. You know what I'm saying? We won't admit that we are a follower. And when we spend our time trying to prove to other people what we're not. We're wasting time. So in order for us to fix the weaknesses that we can't, that we don't have, I can't stress this enough. A lot of the weaknesses that we think we have, we don't have. It's a mental thing. A lot of the weak, that's why I say sleep with the giants, because y'all are the sleeping giants. We are the sleeping giants. When you realize you have the power within you, it's a mindset thing. It is a mindset thing. I went into a depression behind a broke finger. While the next man, salute the limit breaker, while the next man had the exact same type of injury, going through the same thing, and he found a way to keep going. What's the difference between the two? You know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, you can improve. What discipline? Yes, you can. What? And that's what I'm saying. Hey, this is my quote. This is mine. I haven't heard anybody say it. It's mine. Don't let anybody discipline. Don't let anybody tell you what you can and you can't do. When you the one putting in the work. A lot of us are weak. Because of the information we put in our ears, not because of the actions we do. It's because of information we feed ourselves. That's what makes us weak. You're weak because of the crowds you hang around. You're weak because of the friends you pick. You're weak because the entertainment you choose. Notice how they say nothing about you physically. I'm talking about the choices that make you weak. And then we'll sit around and look around at other people and go through whatever you're going through. With all of a sudden, it's your mindset. It's the mindset. And we sit around, we play the game. We play that game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We play the game as if it's not us. Yeah. I can do that workout discipline. I can do that workout, bro. The thing is, I have my body set to certain things. And all you would have to do is make the adjustment. And this is for anybody. Anybody that saw those numbers, I don't care if you're struggling to do 20 push-ups. Mindset thing. Say mindset thing. Might not be able to take the day tomorrow. Might not even be able to do it this year. But just like I was saying, stay, boy. Stay. Just like I was saying, hey, if you set your alarm and you get up at 6:30 in the morning, you wake up at 6:30 in the morning and you tell yourself, hey, I'm going to start waking up at 5 o'clock every day. And you set your alarm for 5 o'clock. And the alarm goes off and you don't get up at 5 o'clock. And you get up at 5:30, whatever. If you wake up and you tell yourself that every day, the chances of you doing it are higher than you not doing it at all. I'm not saying that you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, all you have to do is start to stop. No, son. All you have to do is start the process and stay consistent, and you will be surprised at what the average human can do. We all are superheroes, but we cut ourselves short with our mindset. We cut ourselves short with the comfort of trying to fit in with a group. Trying to go along with this and go along with that. Like this, when you said you did all those push-ups, that's unorthodox, right? That goes against the doctrine of lifting weights. It goes against the doctrine of lifting weights. So if you were to do that workout, that's something that you had to focus on. You had to work for it. You had to dig for it. The process that you had to go through to get from one to that number is crazy. And I'm not talking about in one workout. I'm talking about, like I was saying, with the combative sports. It's the pre and the post. Everybody sees the champion in the ring, or you see the fight and all that stuff, but you didn't see the first time that person ever take the choice to pick up the glove. You didn't see him go through sparring 10, 15 years ago, getting whooped, going through all of that, all the way just to get to this little moment right here. All of that is what counts. Not this. This is the reward. You know what I'm saying? Your battle, your war, your real fight is in the dark. It's in the dark. Nobody's looking. Because today and now, everything's on camera. You see me on camera. Everybody wants to showcase their pain or showcase their situation and this and props and all this stuff to show what they're going through. The things that you do in the dark is everything. It's everything. Because when the cameras is off and the lights stop running and ain't nobody looking, and you by yourself, and you ain't got to puff your chest out to try to prove your toughness, or you ain't got to put the mask on to try to make people look like this, who are you? Who are you? You know what I'm saying? That's where it counts. That's where it counts. Because everything that you see on social media is a mirage. It's all fake. All the folks that you see walking around, it's all fake. You can't tell real from fake. But what you do in the dark, what you do when nobody looking, the pain that you go through, the process, the struggle to dig yourself out of it, not dig yourself in it, that's what counts. You think Steph Curry just jumped up and had a shot? You know what I'm saying? No, it's what you do in the dark. His shot looks so easy, so smooth, so just throwing it up like it ain't nothing. Because it is. Because this battle ain't even on the court. It's the pre and the post. And when I love, let's talk about the post. I'm past my workout. I'm just talking trash, man. But I'm gonna talk about the post. Warriors. You know what I'm saying? Military soldiers that's been in the heat of combat. The post. What do you do after the fact? The mindset, the come down, the fighting another mountain. When you a champion, you never saw the first time they picked up the gloves. You never saw all that stuff, but you saw the championship fight. You see them get the belt. You see them retire. But what do they do now? The post. The post. You know what I'm saying? Do you find a bigger mountain? The ones that continue to climb, the ones that continue to push are the ones, those are the ones that continue to strive. You know how many champions I've seen, how many warriors I've been around, how many people I've looked up to or seen from afar that have did major accomplishments. They hit their top of that mountain and that's it. They die on the top of that mountain. They die up there. How many of y'all have been on top of your mountain or your little hill and you gonna die on that little hill? Because it's way harder to maintain. Maintaining is the cousin of falling off. Maintaining is the cousin of falling off. You ain't gotta drop leaps and bounds. You just gotta keep the momentum moving forward. Don't run with your head down. Don't run with your head down. It's a mindset thing. Compressed pressure and all, man. Compressed pressure and all. Mindset thing. Mindset thing. So, that's it. That's gonna be it for the day. I'm already running late. Running late, man. But that's the true story, though, man. True story. Like you say you can, and if you say you can't, you can't. I'm telling myself, I'm talking about like whatever injuries I got right now. I got a list of them, and I got a compressed fracture right now. At night, I'm telling myself, I'm getting up and I'm going to work out. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a wheelchair or whatever, and I can't move around, I'm waking up, I'm saying, getting up and work out. If you gonna sit up there and you gonna do and you can fail 1,000 times over, 1,000 times over, but you gotta get up 1,001. You gotta get up 1,001. So when you wake up in the morning, your eyes open, you put the feet on the floor. You put your feet on the floor and you go after the same thing that you said that you was gonna go after. You go after this, and you might fail. You might fail. You might fail, and fail. But you gotta keep saying that the tongue is a powerful thing. The tongue is a powerful thing. You're gonna use it. You're gonna use the tongue. Use it as a sword, and make sure it's sharp. But how many of y'all can make sure that your sword is sharp, but keep it sheathed? Man, we boy. Yeah, you good on that one, man. No damn bad. Hey, the challenge is real, man. The challenge is real. We all got it. We all got it. You know, what's easy for me might be the hardest thing you've ever done in your life. And what's easy for you, walk in the park, might be the hardest thing I have ever done in my life. So as far as you looking around trying to judge the other person's situation compared to yours, you're wasting your time. You are wasting your time. If you're gonna look around and look at somebody else's situation, look around and learn and looking. Got me stuttering. I used to stutter too. I had to come over. I had to fix that too. Or you can catch me doing it a little bit. I had to fight it. I grew up having to, go through that stuff. But if you look for it, you'll find it. If you look for it, you'll find it. You're looking for trouble, you'll find it. If you are looking for trouble, you will find it. So whatever you are looking for, you'll find it. Just keep looking and you'll find it. And I promise that was a whole talk. You know what I'm saying? Youngsters always looking for trouble. You weren't running around here trying to start some mess where mess ain't to be started. You're looking for trouble. Somebody gonna answer that bell. Somebody gonna answer that door. If you looking for, growth or whatever the case may be, you'll find it, but you got to keep looking. So, that's the same thing. That's why it really frustrates me when I see the pressure put on other folks and they quit. And I'm not talking about like major pressure. I'm just saying like from a working out perspective or nothing like or something like that. Like, it's not about keeping up with everybody else. It's just when you start to feel pressure, wherever you look, that's where you go. So when the pressure starts to crank up, what do we do? What do we do? We start looking for the exit. Wherever you look, that's where you'll go. Instead of looking to stay and see your way through. And that frustrates me. That makes me leave certain people alone because, it's not a one-time deal. It's what people practice. What people practice in the dark, it consistently shows in the light. So if every time pressure gets turned on and you're looking for the exit, you can't depend on yourself. So it's work. We have to work. And it's nothing that it's a mindset thing. I used to be like that as a child. Like don't get like we all have it in us, but it's a choice. It is a choice. And I can promise you everything that's worth having, especially from a physical standpoint, is going to hurt at first. It's going to hurt because you don't want to do it. It's a strain. It's something going against the grain or whatever the case may be. But the ones that when the pressure turns on, they instead of the first thing, and let me say this, and let me be clear when I say this. Looking for an exit when the strain and pain comes on is a natural thing. But the thing that bothers me is as soon as it turns on, hey, I'm talking immediately, start looking for an exit. Versus trying to look for a way to see your way through and then find the exit and, you know, slowly build yourself up. Because what you do in the dark always comes to the light. So if the pressure comes on, even in working out and creating just a minor strain, and immediately look for a way out, looking for that exit. What do you think they're going to do with 360? What do you think they're going to do outside of the picture in real life? Because it's practiced. It's practiced. Like, it's okay to look for the exit when the pain hit. It's okay. But the thing is, practicing to climb out of it. To, you know what I'm saying? Hang in there and find a way versus practicing to find an exit. Those are the things that we got, man. Man, I can't stress that enough. I hope and pray that, you know, it hits home to the right ones that, you know, it needs to hit. You know, I'm sure a lot of people are already on their way, man. I'm talking to myself a lot of time. But I just hope that this stuff hits primarily the youngsters, man. The youngsters, man, that, you know, I've been just trying to find its way, struggling, no guidance, just really, like I say, looking for. When you start to look for whatever you are looking for, you will find it. So, hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna say this again. You all are the sleeping giant. We are the sleeping giant. And I say that with the means of, man, all the power that you don't think that you think that you do not have, you have. You have. You just sleep. You sleep. You enjoy it. Telling you. Hey, the sleeping giants, wake with the monsters and eat with the lions. You are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul, the captain of your fate, the master of your soul. And I don't care if whatever happens, I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna try. I'll be in this bad boy, rolling around on the ground if I got to. But you will see me in here tomorrow like I left my wallet and keys. Much love, peace, and I'm out.
Not fairy tales, Shogun standing tall. You, boy, you build brittle. We build different. We run dogs, we don't run mouth, boy, we build different. You bark loud, but your yard look